Let's take a closer look at why both HAAS cars have been disqualified after the Monaco Qualifying 2024. Like we said in my earlier video, teams bring Monaco-specific rear wing flaps to Monaco to generate more downforce even if it's draggy, and we call that dirty downforce. Bringing a new flap means the rest of the rear wing stays the same, which reduces costs. And because the FIA knows that teams bring some rear wing updates to Monaco, they take a closer look at their rear wing assemblies, because there are a couple of things which can go wrong. First, the FIA delegates look at the basic dimensions of the rear wing. Is it within the regulation box? Is the slot gap in close position not less than 10 mm across the span? Is the gap with open DRS not more than 85 mm across the span? And is there no concave radius of less than 100 mm on the rear wing profiles? And these are things which are pretty easy to check, and the third one caught HAAS out yesterday. Rule 3.10.10H says that in open position the gap between both wings shouldn't be more than 85 mm. Rear wing flaps are not straight and sometimes have wobbly shapes. For the standard flap on a HAAS rear wing, the biggest gap appears in the center of the flap. So the mechanics are used to adjust the maximum DRS angle so that the center doesn't have more than 85 mm. If the center is okay, the rest of the wing is okay as well. These are instructions which come from the design department. For the new high downforce flap which HAAS brought to Monaco, it's different. The biggest gap appears not in the center, but outboard. And unfortunately, the HAAS design department forgot to tell the mechanics. So the mechanics adjusted the gap to no more than 85 mm in the center and assumed that the rest of the span would be okay, like always. But also the mechanics didn't check the gap across the span, which can be done very easily with an 85 mm disc. If it fits through, your wing is illegal. So exactly that happened now at HAAS. The design department forgot to brief the mechanics about where the biggest gap on this new flap would appear, and at the same time the mechanics didn't check across the span, just did what they always do and sent the car out. It's hard to say if they had an advantage from that, because a different flap angle could mean more or less resistance. Anyway, a disaster for them is to start from the pit lane in Monaco, which basically ruins their race in possible points. I hope you liked this little insight, and if you want to work in F1 as well, check out my online courses which prepare you for a career in an F1 aero department. See you at the next video.